Manager doesn't want
That's what was gonna watch it.
Yourself came out to LA, came to the fight, but Crawford just walked by and said, "I thought you weren't gonna watch it, but clearly your mind has changed."
Yeah, I came here to support.
Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez just held their first short press conference ahead of their big fight in September. But it wasn't the face-off that got everyone talking, it was Jaron Ennis who grabbed the spotlight. Ennis confronted and even hit Crawford, clearly upset. He's been frustrated for years, feeling that Crawford has been avoiding him, and now he's angry that Crawford is jumping into a fight with Canelo instead of facing him.
More towards Canelo, because like I said before, he been putting big guys out and down, and Canelo not even really a 68 pounder. He probably really should be at 60 maybe, and he been hurting these guys. I think he be dropping these guys and things like that. So, and them guys be way bigger than him come fight night. I know that for sure. They be probably close to 200.
Jaron "Boots" Ennis stole the spotlight during the first mini press conference for the upcoming September showdown between Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez. While the focus was supposed to be on Crawford and Canelo, all eyes shifted when Ennis unexpectedly confronted Crawford and even hit him. Ennis was at the event alongside fellow boxers Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. When it was time for Crawford to exit the stage, Ennis suddenly shoved him off. It was a shocking moment, but for Ennis, it's been a long time coming. He's been vocal about feeling overlooked by Crawford and frustrated by years of missed opportunities to fight him in the welterweight division. Now, Ennis is reportedly planning to move up in weight, either to super welterweight or middleweight, in an effort to finally secure a bout with Crawford, no matter what it takes. The press conference itself was a small, low-key event held in Las Vegas, where Crawford and Canelo answered a few questions in front of a limited crowd. After the brief press conference, the fighters moved to the media room for photos and interviews. It was their first official media appearance together for the upcoming bout. When reporters asked Terence Crawford about Jaron Ennis's outburst, he didn't hold back. "That was just stupid," Crawford said. "I didn't see that coming. He should have stepped up and fought me before, not run away. I've got nothing to say to him. If he wants to settle it, let him come for a street fight. I'll break his neck. He's too small for me to even consider getting in the ring with."
And he dropping those guys like that, so I don't know. It's gonna be a great fight. The fans want to see it, so so be it. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, at like 60, or like at least at 60, just to get his body, to fill into somebody a little bit bigger, and things like that. I know when you go up in weight, you gotta develop that power and not develop the power, but like put that muscle on and be heavy and things like that. So he might not want to take a fight because he's trying to build up right now. But I think he should, just to stay sharp and that way he don't have like a long layoff or anything like that.
Jaron Ennis had long hoped to land a fight with Terence Crawford. But now, he'll have to watch from the sidelines as Crawford faces off against Canelo Alvarez instead. Ennis is a rising star and currently holds the IBF welterweight title. He made a name for himself after Crawford became the undisputed champ at 147 pounds by defeating Errol Spence in July 2023.
Well, Canelo's gonna run over the ring. What's your thoughts on that fight?
It's a good fight, 50-50 fight, and I guess it's a fight that everybody wants to see. So, it's a good fight.
Terence "Bud" Crawford's most recent bout was a world title win at 154 pounds against Israel Madrimov, suggesting the 37-year-old is done with the welterweight division for good. Crawford has been eyeing another move up in weight to challenge Canelo Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion. That matchup is now officially set for September. When asked about the fight by YSM Sports Media, Jaron Ennis didn't choose a favorite. He called it an even matchup, saying it's a 50-50 fight and one that fans everywhere have been waiting to see.
How cool is it to make that jump from, he only had one fight at 54, so like 147, 154 to 168 pounds.
You said how difficult is it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be a little difficult because you got to, we don't have to put on like an extra 14 pounds, so he might be a little slower. Or who knows, he could be faster. I don't know. Like, it's just, you gotta add more weight and gain more muscle and stuff like that. Moving up in weight and things like that. So it's a little harder, but I don't know. We'll see on fight night how he'll look.
When asked about the challenge Crawford will face by moving up in weight, Ennis admitted it won't be easy. "It's going to be a bit tough," he said. "He's got to add around 14 pounds, and that could slow him down. Putting on that much weight and muscle makes things harder. But we'll see how he handles it on fight night. As for what Crawford needs to do to win, Ennis kept it straightforward. He's got to be smart, take his time, and use his boxing skills. He can't just stand there and let Canelo land big shots. Ennis also shared what Canelo would need to do to come out on top, offering his own take on the path to victory for the Mexican star.
What does Terence Crawford have to do to be successful in that fight?
Be smart, take his time, box and move. Yeah, don't sit there and let him try to bomb on him.
What about Canelo Alvarez?
I feel like Canelo gonna press him, had to press him, everything behind the stick, and catch him, try and pull back, anything,
Ennis shared his thoughts on how Canelo might approach the fight, saying, "I think Canelo will be aggressive, using his jab, cutting off the ring, and timing Crawford when he tries to move out. He'll need to pressure him and show who the bigger, stronger fighter is. This is his weight class, and he can't let Crawford control the pace." Ennis, fresh off a win over Stanionis last month, is one of boxing's most exciting rising stars. Despite all the hype surrounding the Canelo vs. Crawford fight, he's not jumping on the bandwagon without questions. In a recent chat with Fight Hub TV, he voiced some concern about Crawford jumping up 2 full weight classes. "I think Crawford should take a tune-up fight at 161st, Ennis said, just to get used to facing a naturally bigger opponent.
It's in one of those situations where you try to punch on like the smaller man's like arms.
You don't have to bully him. You don't have to bully the smaller guy. Don't let him dictate nothing. Show him that's your weight class.
Boots Ennis didn't sugarcoat the challenge ahead for Crawford. Canelo's been at that weight for a while, and he's been taking out big guys, Ennis said. Crawford's the smaller man, and Canelo has knocked out fighters who weigh around 200 pounds on fight night. While Canelo may not be a natural super middleweight either, he's proven he can handle, and hurt, much larger opponents. That's something seasoned boxing fans and insiders haven't overlooked.
Yeah, you brought up, and this is just a follow-up on here, you brought up one main point that a lot of fans have been bringing up. It was like, what happens when Canelo hits him? Because he's been hurting, like you mentioned, bigger guys.
Yeah.
Crawford hasn't been fighting guys that are 200 pounds, 190 pounds on fight night.
Yeah, right. I think Crawford should take a warm-up fight, at like 60 or like at least at 60, just to get his body.
Crawford recently shared that he's currently weighing 186 pounds, well above the 168-pound limit for super middleweight, even though he's won titles in lighter divisions, including as low as 135 pounds. Despite that, Jaron "Boots" Ennis, driven by rivalry, has predicted Crawford will lose the fight, while many experts believe Canelo will come out on top. Boots Ennis's father, Boozy Ennis, offered his own surprising opinion. He talked about Canelo's recent fight against William Skelton on May 3rd, where Alvarez won by unanimous decision in a slow-paced match. Boozy said Canelo gets frustrated when opponents keep moving around too much, telling YSM Sports Media that this is a key factor in how Alvarez fights.
You told me that Terence Crawford and Canelo was a 50-50 fight. You told me Terence Crawford had a chance.
Right.
Me, I was leaning towards Canelo because of the size.
Right.
I want to apologize.
Yeah.
Because after watching that fight, I see what you were talking about.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's movement. That movement offsets everybody, man. And with Canelo, he gets frustrated. You see, he walking to you and all that. If you can't touch him, you know what I mean? That's it. You know what I mean?
Now, did watching that make you feel like Terence Crawford has better than a 50% chance after watching? I know.
Boozy Ennis explained, Canelo gets frustrated if he can't land his shots. You know what I mean? When asked about Crawford's chances against Alvarez, he was optimistic. Terence has a great chance. He can box, move, and punch. He's not like Skelton. Terence will fight hard. He's street smart and knows what to do when it counts. I think he's going to frustrate Canelo. Boozy added that the best way to beat Alvarez is to outbox him and strike when Canelo lets his guard down. He said, if you can bring Canelo to the center of the ring and catch him off guard, a knockout is possible. He finished by saying, I think Terence will do what he needs to do. He might even stop him.
This is supposed to be a new and improved Canelo.
Yeah. I think, like I said, Terence got a great chance to beat him, man. You know what I mean? Terence can box, Terence can move, Terence can punch. You know what I mean? Terence ain't gonna be doing like Skull. Terence gonna fight you. You know what I mean? He's Terence from the streets, man. You know what I mean? He know what to do. You know what I mean? When it comes down to it. I think he's gonna wind up frustrating Canelo. You know what I mean?
When reminded that Canelo Alvarez is known for having a tough chin and that Crawford hasn't landed a clean punch on him yet, Boosie said, Canelo's been in with some of the best punchers, but you've got to hit him just right. He also pointed out that not many fighters have targeted Alvarez's body, something Crawford might try. That could cause Canelo to drop his guard and give Bud a chance to land a knockout punch to the head. Meanwhile, talk has been growing about a possible fight between Jaron Ennis and Teofimo Lopez. Eddie Hearn confirmed to FightHype.com that negotiations are underway, but things haven't been smooth. Lopez has even accused Ennis of avoiding the fight.
You beat Boots by unanimous decision. Yeah, I'm a dog him. For sure. I'm a dog that boy. They never faced a fighter like me. No more backflips, protect your knees.